Hi, this is Quinlan. Today I'm in Akita visiting the Nyuto Onsen. Nyuto Onsen is a collection of around 8 hot springs ryokan, traditional Japanese inns, here deep in the mountains of Akita, just below Mount Nyuto, or Nipple Mountain. It's called a hito, or a secret hot springs, but there's nothing secret about this area. It's one of the most famous places in Tohoku for these remote, gorgeous hot springs. This hot springs has had a lot of press over the years, and so I'm not going to show you the baths themselves, but rather some of the other things you can do when you're visiting. Now this first trail I'm gonna explore is at the Tsurunoyu Old Road bus stop. And it's kind of a difficult to spot trail because there's an obvious trail marker that takes you on a different trail, but you want to take the unmarked trail that goes straight to Tsurunoyu. So if you get off at this bus stop right here, the Tsurunoyu Onsen Old Road entrance, this is not the way. You don't want to take this way. This will take you to a different fun place. It looks like about a little over a half-an-hour walk to go through a beech forest. We want to go over to the parking lot here. But again, the most obvious trail is the wrong trail. It's rather an almost unmarked trail on the left side of the parking lot that has this little sign that's half broken off that says Tsurunoyu Kyo, or the Tsurunoyu Gorge. And so off we go. This looks, at least at the beginning, like a beechwood forest. All these trees are beech, which means there may be bears, because bears love these beech nuts that fall from here. It's a rainy day, and so this trail is actually a little bit slippery and sketchy, going with tree roots and steps along a fairly steep ledge. Make sure you've got appropriate footwear if you're coming here. But man, look at these colors. Okay. I can see the sketchy bridge. That's where we're gonna cross. Lightweight, maybe aluminum planking here. And look at this bridge, wow. Slippery. Reached the junction. The left way goes to the road, the Tsurunoyu Road, whereas this one goes in 600 meters right to Tsurunoyu Hot Springs. So we'll go right. It's clouded over. It's raining a little bit. All right, looks like some buildings up ahead. Are we there? Oh, is this the main onsen area? I think it is. These are the ones that you can spend the night at, the lodges. And here we are at the main area of Tsurunoyu, the oldest of the hot springs here at Nyuto Onsen. Looks pretty nice. I've been here all times of year, and fall is definitely my second favorite because there's nothing like being in a hot springs bath when you're surrounded by meters and meters of snow. This building right here is where you buy tickets when you're going to take a bath. And when you go in there and buy tickets, then you would cross the bridge, and there's 2 different hot springs areas. The one over there, which has the women's outdoor bath, and men's, a couple of indoor baths, and then the mixed outdoor bath, as well as a couple of indoor men's baths, are right over there. It's perfect. I retreated from Tsurunoyu back into the woods a little ways to talk to you because I didn't want to get in the way. Tsurunoyu is the oldest of these hot springs, with a history going back more than 300 years. The name Tsuru means crane, and the legend goes that a hunter found a wounded crane that was resting in the hot springs, healing its wounds, and this is how the hot springs was first discovered back at the beginning of the Edo period. Of course, a lot of hot springs have stories like that, like either a warrior or a samurai healed themselves in the hot springs, or they saw an animal healing it and came there as well. That's sort of the standard narrative for how hot springs were founded. Maybe it's true. It actually only took me about 20 minutes to walk this trail from the main road to the hot springs, which, to be honest, is almost as long as it takes to drive down the long and winding road it takes to get from the main road to Tsurunoyu. That takes like at least 10 or 15 minutes, and so you don't even lose much time walking. And it's a relaxed walk through the forest, and so if it's not the middle of summer, you wouldn't work up a sweat either. So if you've got spare time, are coming by car, or don't mind stopping at a different bus stop, I think why not try taking a little forest walk before and after your bath. Or if you're busing it, you could walk to the hot springs, of course, take the bath, and then catch the bus right from Tsurunoyu there to get to your next destination. Do it any way you want. While we're here, let me say a few things about Japanese hot springs. If you're new to them, if you haven't had a chance to try them before, I really recommend them. If you have small tattoos, a lot of people recommend putting stickers and such on to cover them up when you go to the hot springs, and sure, that's easy. If you happen to have a larger one, there are a number of hot springs, especially in Tohoku, that will not bat an eye at that, and there are others that will. So Google in advance, or if it's difficult for you to find information, feel free to leave a comment on this video or send me a message, and I'd be happy to check that for you and let you know, because I'd like to also sort of create a longer and longer list of hot springs resorts that are accepting of tattoos. It's an important data point that I'd like to know, and I'd be happy to help you with too. Let me briefly summarize the rules for using hot springs, which some of you may not know. Basically, when you go in, there'll be a locker room. You take off all your clothes. You have 2 towels with you generally. You'll have your bath towel and then a small sort of towel, face towel, hand towel about this size. Strip completely naked, you put that in the locker or a basket, and you carry just the smaller towel with you into the hot springs. You first go to one of the little sort of sitting on a stool shower areas, rinse your body off or wash yourself completely, either way, and then get in the bath. And usually you would set the little towel next to you if there's like a rock or something on the edge of the hot springs, and a lot of people up here like to just fold them and put them on their heads. That's basically what I do, unless there's a nice rock on the edge that I can set it on. There's lots of different baths, indoors, outdoors. Some places will have saunas or cold baths, and so you can do the thing where you heat yourself up, then go sit in the ice cold one, and then repeat. There are differing theories on if you should rinse off with normal tap water after you've taken a hot springs bath. I think it really depends on the type of bath and on your skin. If it's a very acidic bath, and you should know, you can tell generally because it'll be in a sign in Japanese, but even in Japanese you'll be able to see the pH number, so you can tell if it's acidic or alkaline. And if it's particularly acidic, I personally need to rinse off afterwards, because otherwise I get sort of an itchy, irritated skin the next day, like a bad sunburn or something. Some people say it's a waste, you're getting all these great minerals, all this natural benefits from the hot spring, and if you rinse it off, you're shortening the effectiveness of all these benefits from the minerals. But if it's an alkaline hot springs, then maybe it's fine to leave it on. But I know lots of Japanese people who prefer to rinse it off because everybody's bathing in those same baths. And, you know, some people in Japan tend to be really serious about cleanliness, and so they don't like, you know, everybody's bodies in there. So maybe there's a little bit of dead skin, or there's like dust particles, you don't know. There's little bits of particles floating in a lot of hot springs, and so some Japanese guys I know like to rinse off with the shower anyways, no matter what kind of hot springs it is, because that's what makes them feel cleanest. Basically, do what you like, except be careful of the acidic ones. You'll definitely want to rinse off after those if your skin is anything like mine. Okay, I'm gonna walk back to my car and maybe show you around a few other spots since I'm in this area today, and it's yeah, nice enough day for exploring these fall colors out here in the mountains of Akita. Let's go. Kuroyu is another one of my favorite hot springs here in Nyuto Hot Springs, Nyuto Onsen. And this hot springs unfortunately closes during the winter months because it's just inaccessible. But from the spring through the fall, you can still visit, and it is fantastic. There's a lot of great baths. One of the reasons why I also love it is because here is the trailhead to Mount Nyuto, one of the mountains that I love hiking in this area. And so if you were staying here, it's easy to just hike up to that mountain in a couple hours and back down. There's some nice, gorgeous trails that I've done videos of. In fact, I'll link to them in the description. And I want to show you not the normal bath right now, but one of the wild baths that's nearby this. Just a couple minutes walk from Tsurunoyu is one of the most easily accessible wild hot springs, right here. Right next to the river, up here in the mountains. And it's perfect. There's no rules, no fees. Come in with a swimsuit, do as you like. So this wild outdoor hot springs right here is just a little over a 5-minute walk from the back of Tsurunoyu Hot Springs in Nyuto Onsen. And it's perfect and exciting and free, and you'd have it all to yourself. And so if you're not comfortable getting naked but want to experience the Nyuto Onsen, you could always come here and wear a bathing suit. Just do it on a hot day because you're going to have to rinse off afterwards in the river. This is a fairly acidic hot springs, and so you'll probably want to rinse your body off afterwards. To access this closest wild hot springs bath to Tsurunoyu, you just follow the little trail that goes right down past Tsurunoyu, cross a little bridge up the right, basically follow the steam. At this junction, you would basically just go down here, keep going down, and go towards those steaming areas there. And it's before you get to them down on the left. And if you keep following the trail, then you'll find, of course, the other higher up bath, about a 15-20 minute hike. So if you're here in the Nyuto Onsen area, I hope you don't just come by car or bus and get in the bath and leave again. There's a lot of fun, tiny little trails, even if you just want to walk for 15 minutes or a half hour, that go all along these different baths. They're really all over the place, and there's little Japanese signs with walking paths all over the place. And I recommend that you just explore them. Just look at the maps and walk along and enjoy the gorgeous fall colors. It's perfect for that Japanese tradition, the famous Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing. Why not bathe in a forest before you bathe in hot springs while you're here? Well, looks like the weather's not getting any better. The rain is continuing, so I'm gonna head back. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the trails.